They just got whooped. I mean, how else can you put it? They just got whooped. They went to OKC, and it's crazy because I didn't watch this game live. My wife was like, "Oh, I watch this show." I'm like, okay, cool. It's most likely gonna be a blowout. That's why I told myself it's gonna be a blowout, and if it ain't, I will catch up. And now after the first, sorry, that was the Pacers in this game. This game we were doing unfazed, and me and AJ was like, "Dang, we're gonna do in the game." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool, man." I look up, we get to the topic, we talking about Ant-Man and SGA. The score was 63-42, something like that. I was like, okay, it's a wrap, AJ. We don't have to worry about this game. It's over. So it's the second time OKC has blown the team out in game 7. Sorry, in the closeout game. So I'm gonna kick this one off to you, Carl. The Timberwolves. There's some changes that have to be made. It has to. What do you think are the changes the Timberwolves have to make in this offseason?
See, and this is the thing, right? Shout out my boy J-Mo. I was talking to J-Mo about this probably like 2 days ago. And I flat out told him, I don't know. I like the roster they have now. Maybe I would say probably get a better center. I'm not a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of Rudy Gobert. If you know me, you know that. I've been saying it for years. To me, defensively, he's overrated. He's just a paint protector. That's nothing more, nothing less. But I don't know. I feel like Terrence Shannon needs to take another step, a big step. I am a huge fan of Terrence Shannon Jr. If he could take that next step and be that ball handler that they need that can create his own offense, that'd be huge. A lot of people saying that's what they need. Rob Dillingham is another guy. If he could take a step and if he can be on the floor and not be a liability defensively, I feel like he would play more. But I do think right now he may be too much of a liability defensively, and that's why he's not playing. Although he's a great playmaker, great shot creator, he can do all that. I think his defensive liability is what's holding him back. But I think one or two more. No, I'm not going to say one or two more. One more perimeter defender. I would say probably an upgrade at center, in my opinion. I know somebody may disagree with me. That's fine. And possibly, not even possibly, another shot creator, a guy who can do like and get his own shot, midi, 3-point, get to the cup. Just another shot creator. Now they picked like 17th in the draft, and I don't know the full draft board yet because guys are returning back to college, and some of these guys are returning back. I'm actually surprised, like Yaxel Lundenberg, he's going to Michigan. We got Tahad Pettiford going back to Auburn. That one threw me left. I did not think he would go back into school. So some of these guys are going to draft and going back to school. So Otega Owe, he's going back to Kentucky. So guys, I don't know who's in the draft yet, so I don't know if maybe they make a move for agency. I don't know if they try to draft it there, but I say a shot creator, another defender, and an upgrade at center if you possibly can get one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just echo the voice of AJ because AJ, he did 4 Wolves takes. He's deep diving into the Timberwolves every game, all that stuff. And after talking to him, and he made a good point too, like which I think we all noticed. Like, first of all, those guys, like you mentioned, that he finally gave opportunities to in the playoffs, where were they all season? Where were they all season? And they don't have outside of. Now I know he said they need another ball handler. That's when Julius Randle was. See, I heard that one right there. I heard that one. Okay, I can do this one. Shout out to my boy Dino Blaze for the $4.99 super chat. Contact Carpet Champs LLC. That's his business for all your flooring needs if you're in the DMV area. Hashtag shout out to Art as well. Definitely. I actually used his service before, and he's the real deal. So make sure y'all do that. Make sure y'all do that for all your flooring needs if you're in the DMV area. All right?
Flooring. I know it's his Carpet Champs, but flooring.
Floor, yeah. Yeah. So definitely hit him up. And you can actually follow him on New Dino Blaze on Instagram. All right? New Dino Blaze. Not Dino Blaze, New Dino Blaze. But I know AJ mentioned that they need a ball handler. I mean, Mike Conley is a ball handler. Anthony Edwards is a ball handler, right? I mean, I feel like Jaden McDaniels could be a ball handler. They need to give him more opportunities.
I said that last show.
You did.
Last show.
He needs more opportunities with the ball in his hands, And let me give the Minnesota Timberwolves credit for a second. I think they overachieved this year. They were not a Western Conference Finals team, in my opinion. Now, although they beat the Lakers, who like a lot of us picked the Lakers over the Timberwolves, but they beat an injury-riddled Warriors team, who I believe if Steph Curry was healthy, they were not going to pass the Golden State Warriors, but it happened. All right, they got past the Warriors, but this is the second year in a row they got to the Western Conference Finals. Now, people like you look at a roster. I don't think they are a Western Conference Finals team, and they just lost to the better team. I feel like the OKC Thunder were the much better team. So I'm not going to beat them over the head about how they finished. What I will say is a lot of people don't like what Anthony Edwards said in his press conference, saying stuff like he's not sad or he's not upset. I'm okay with him saying that because people leave out the fact that he also said I'm going to work hard this summer and no one's going to work harder than me this summer. He said that, right? He said I'm not upset.
Anthony
Because
Tebow.
huh?
Anthony Tebow.
And he said Anthony. He's on Tim Tebow.
Y'all remember that? Go ahead. If you know, you know.
Okay, it's press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, in college, right? Okay, yeah. So, hey, Tim Tebow was a good college player, though. Like, I mean, he was a
I'm
warrior.
glad you said player.
Yeah, college player.
But he was though. He was
No,
a
I'm just
warrior.
glad you said player.
Don't say quarterback because you go the.
I mean, he did beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs.
Demaryius Thomas takes a slant 70-something yards to the crib.
They started winning when he got. I mean, it's a whole different story.
Defense played a lot better.
They did though, but it's hey, he a leader though. I mean, I give him his props. He a leader, but he's not a great quarterback. Anyway, back to Anthony Edwards, right? So I like what he said in the press conference that he will work harder, and he's still young. That's why I said SGA is better because SGA has been around the block. SGA is 26. He's only 23 years old. I get it. He came in the league when he was 19. He's been around for a while. He's been to the playoffs. What is his fourth year in the playoffs? First year lost to Memphis Grizzlies.
I think every year. You went every year. You've been in the league, right?
No, that's the first year, right?
No.
In the first year, he lost to Memphis the first time he went to the playoffs. He lost to the Nuggets in the first round. Then the third year was last year. His third year was the West Conference Finals and back-to-back years. So this was a great year for the Minnesota Timberwolves, in my opinion. Like I don't think they were a West Conference Finals team. So I think the changes they had to make is they had to be a smarter team. I think Fish got to be a better coach. What I don't like what he said was this. When they asked, what do Anthony Edwards have to do to get back in rhythm? I forgot the exact question. He said he has to get himself on. I'm like, dog, you the coach. They are constantly double teaming this dude. How about you free him up? Right, run some actions that free this man up and take pressure off of him. So I think the head coaching has to be better, and the substitutions has to be better throughout the year to get guys more comfortable. So when their time is called upon in the playoffs, they will be ready. A guy like Rob Dillingham, for example. So those changes I think they should make. Oh, he does.
I think I agree with y'all as far as Jaden McDaniels getting more opportunities on the offense to be able to handle the ball and create shots because I think he has all the abilities to do so. But let's just put it into perspective that they won't do that because they haven't done it yet. So if you're not going to do that, then I would say because what AJ would say is not just a playmaker, but a playmaker that can score. Someone that can also create opportunities for themselves to score. So it's not just somebody that can play make. Because if that was the case, then he would be okay with keeping Mike Conley there as a starting point guard. But if you want someone that's going to be able to get a bucket also while being able to play make, then I say, like Carl said, give Rob Dillingham a chance. But that's only if he's not a huge liability on defense. Because that's the reason why he hasn't really gotten any opportunity. And you can even see it in garbage time that even when he's out there in garbage time, if he's on defense, it's like an automatic bucket on him. So it's like, do you want to risk that on the starting lineup? I don't really know if you want to do that. So if I look at like the free agents next season, as far as Carl, I looked at the draft board too. Will Riley is projected to be 17th overall from Illinois.
That's not what they. Oh, I like Will Riley. Will Riley pissed me off against MSU because he'd be having his best games against us. But I like bro. He's a freshman. He was a 6-man. Ended up starting. I like bro. I don't know if that's what they need though.
Yeah, I don't know either. To be honest, but I mean, if you look at if you look at the landscape as far as like playmaking point guards or playmaking guys that can play make and score, I mean, most of them are under contract or have player options. Braun, player option. I mean, we know Braun is not going there. That's automatically out the question. Fred VanVleet, he's under a club option in Houston. He's not going nowhere. Kyrie Irving, he just had an injury. I'm pretty sure he's going to stay in Dallas. He has a player option. Harden, player option. Uh, I mean, Malcolm Brogdon, no. That's a no. It ain't really too many options out there. I mean, you got D'Angelo Russell, who's a unrestricted free agent, but you tried that already. You tried that with D'Lo already. It didn't work out. Dennis Schroeder is an unrestricted free agent, but he might go back. He might stay in Detroit.
Yes.
So it's not that many options. I mean, you got Chris Paul out there, but is he still a scoring option on offense at this point in his career? I don't know. Playmaking option, yes, because he's still Chris Paul. We still know what he can do, but it ain't that many options out there. So I'm honestly not sure what they're gonna do as far as being able to get that. But you hear talks of them being able to try to go get Kevin Durant again. Is that the answer? I don't know. I don't really know if that's the answer right now because Kevin Durant is not someone who's going to come in and make your team better. He comes in and if your team is bad, it's going to stay bad. Let's just be honest about it. And if your team is good, it'll stay good. If it's great, then it's great. It's not really that much improvement on the team when Kevin Durant comes in. He's a plug and play player. Like he fits anywhere. But is he going to take him to the top? I don't know if that's what Kevin Durant is right now in his career. So I don't really know what options they have. Now, I think a possibility could be to try and go get someone like a Jonathan Kuminga. Another guy who can handle the rock, who's an offensive threat. But the thing is, what is it that you're going to have to give up to give him? I don't think you should be able to give up that much because Steve Kerr don't think that he can win with them. So you should be able to find a way to go and get Jonathan Kuminga if that's the case, because it's a young guy who wants to go somewhere and he thinks that he can be an all-star player. Just imagine that tandem with Jonathan Kuminga, Randall, and Anthony Edwards. I think that would be good enough. And I feel like they got to do something with Rudy Gobert. I honestly feel like they need to move him somewhere or find something to do with him because I don't think he fits Minnesota. I said before the series started that Rudy Gobert was not going to be the same player in this series because he can't do nothing on offense. If it's not a lob or a putback from a rebound, he's terrible offensively. He is not good. There's been multiple instances where he's right there at the rim and he misses an easy layup, or he's shooting a awkward shot and it's a brick. They need to move him. He, as good as he is defensively, he's a liability on offense and defense, especially in times when the other team has a big man. It's not much he could do. He could dominate against a team like the Lakers and Warriors because they don't have any big men. But going up against, let's say if he went up against Houston, he would have a problem because Sengun can rebound and play defense. If he went up against, we saw what happened against OKC. Can't do nothing against them. Name another Western Conference team that has a big man. He gonna have issues. So I don't think he's the answer. So maybe find a way to move Rudy, but Ant got to work on getting to his spots. That's another thing. If he's gonna work hard, I hope he's working on getting to his spots and slowing the game down for himself. Because his pace is he doesn't have a change of pace most of the time. Only in his Euro step where it's a change of pace because he has that slow walk Euro that works most of the time. But his pace is, I feel like he doesn't know when to turn up or when to slow the game down at times. So I think that's something that I hope that's what he's working on in the offseason.
I gotta disagree with you with the KD take.
Yeah, I was about to say your KD James crazy.
Go ahead, Carl.
No, go ahead. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like you gotta think about the type of team the Phoenix Suns have and the type of team the Minnesota Timberwolves have. Phoenix Suns got 0 defenders over there. 0.
Whoa. Hey, my boy Ryan Dunn, he's gonna be a defender. He's young.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but he wasn't I got you. But Minnesota Timberwolves, they are a defensive team. And then you throw KD for Naj Reid. Let's say that you replace Naj Reid with KD. And that's all I know. I mean, I think they will be a top heavy. I think they'll be like one of the favorites to come out the West alongside with OKC. And plus, you got an alpha male who can play defense, Anthony Edwards, playing next to Kevin Durant.
What do you think they're going to do with Nickeil Alexander-Walker? Because he's unrestricted free agent too.
He's not coming back regardless. They already
you don't
said
think he's
that.
coming back?
Yeah, they already said he's tested free agency. I don't think he's coming back. If I'm him, I'm going to OKC. I'm going to team up with Cuz. I'm
not gonna lie. I thought about that too, Joe. I thought about him going to OKC too.
I'm like, well, let's go with Cuz, man. Get you a ring with the fam. But yeah, he a free agent. I don't think he's coming back. But especially after that big game he had, he better get that moolah.
Yeah, my KD take is so he can I could put a bad name on Kevin Durant so he can come to Miami.
He ain't coming to Miami Day.
I don't even know if I'm at Miami if I want KD, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean we gotta give up for him, And then also Rudy Gobert, right now, I get it. He can be a liability at times. I do think we over-exaggerate the liability take because of what happened in the past with him. Because even in this series, he wasn't really attacked a lot. Now, SGA had him a couple of times, but it's SGA. But outside of SGA, was he really a liability out there?
I'm not talking about being attacked on defense. I'm just talking about his offense. For some reason, he just don't fit the offense of what Minnesota needs right now, honestly.
But what big would, though?
What do you mean? I mean, if you throw Chet over there, he'd be fine.
I mean, obviously you throw Chet there, but how
you asked the question.
I asked the question, but how realistic is it for you to get a Chet though? Like Chet is an anomaly. So
I'm more so looking at the floor spacing. It's just to me it's just not working with Rudy being there. It really is not.
I don't think he's a problem though. Think about it. They got to the Western Conference Finals.
I'm not saying he's the problem.
Okay, and
I didn't say he's. I'm not saying he's the reason why they're losing. But what I'm saying is he's not a solution either.
I mean, he was a big solution for them to get there.
They played against. I just told you why they played against two teams that had no big men.
That's a lot of teams,
easy picking. And then JJ Redick made a dumb decision to not play a center at all.
Yeah, and Rudy had his best game ever.
But that's a lot of teams, though. I know you try to think of something in the West. You got Jokic, you got Sengun, but if they take Sengun out the game, who coming in? Exactly, Sengun's they only true.
Steven Adams.
Oh, Steven Adams, you're right. I'm tripping. He's getting them boards.
Exactly.
Right? But there's not a lot of teams in the West that got bigs like that. Now the OKC they got 2 7-footers. That's crazy. That's rare in the NBA right now.
Hold on. You got the Clippers. You got the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State do need to get a big. They do need to get one.
Golden State need to get a big for sure.
OKC. That's over. That's 4, and it's 8 teams that made the playoffs. If you include Minnesota, that's over 50%.
Got one guy. Zubac is the only guy that got as a big for real.
Memphis, if you want to call Jaren Jackson.
Zach Edey on his way up. Zach Edey's on his way up. Zach Edey is going to be a problem for Rudy Gobert.
Yes.
I promise you that.
How? Why
what do you mean how? He's big and he can move. And he's
7'4". All right, look, man. I'm not trying to say.
I might be exaggerating. He might be 7'2", but still, he's a 7-footer for sure.
I'm not trying to be the Rudy defender, but I think the criticism is overwhelming. I think we are overrating the criticism. I think we're criticizing too much. He wasn't the problem for OKC. The problem was Julius Randle turned the ball over, right, and Anthony Edwards not being aggressive.
I don't think he was the problem, but I do think he was a problem.
Yeah, everybody was though.
I didn't say he was the problem. I said he was a problem.
But
I feel like
Julius Randle was a bigger problem for real.
Hey, don't say that too loud.
He was.
We agree, but don't say that too loud.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
We weren't the ones saying that he needed an apology tour. So.